Study abroad has changed, absolutely changed. And if you're doing the same stuff that people were doing 3 years ago, 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, then honestly, if you're not getting a return on investment, then it is on you, not on a country, not on a policy, not on a system, not on the job market, and not on anything else. And in today's video, I want to talk about how, even in 2025, even in 2026, a lot of students are still repeating the same mistakes that the people have made a couple of years back, and they are not learning from that. Let me talk about three biggest career killing mistakes if you are someone who is planning to study abroad. And this video is particularly addressed to someone who is planning to take an education loan, who is planning to bet heavily on this whole project, maybe mortgage their home, maybe take a huge loan that might be more than the life savings of their parents. This video is totally for you. Listen to this very carefully, and please avoid these three mistakes at any cost if you want to succeed as an international student in 2026. So let us dive into the video. First and the foremost, country hopping. This is a very new mechanism. This is something very new that is actually happening. Not a lot of people used to make this mistake in the past, I must tell you. This is something new, which is, oh, US Donald Trump. Okay, no, then let me think about Canada. Okay, no, not Canada, because Canada, is so bad. Everyone is in Canada right now. Everyone is complaining. Okay, let me go to UK. But so many people are in UK. No, let me go to Ireland. Oh, but no, Ireland is having racism. Let me go to Italy. Let me go to France. Let me go to Germany. अरे भाई, भाषा आती है वहाँ की. I am not sure if you have traveled to any one of these countries, but let me tell you my experience of being in Italy. It was super duper hard to order a cup of coffee without knowing Italian language. How the hell do you think that you will be able to get a management role or an engineering role without having understanding of that language? And if you think that you can learn the language in 1 year or 2 years, I have a simple question to ask. It has been 25 years, 20 years, 22 years. Even today, your English is not that perfect. How the hell can you learn a new language in 1 year or 2 years that someone will think you that you're capable enough to work in that organization knowing the language at a proficient level? And when you're studying abroad, you need to remember one thing, that you have to study, you have to look for part-time work, you have to manage your expenses, you have to cook, you have to clean your dishes, you have to do your laundry, you have to go get the grocery. In between all of this, you do not really have the time to learn a new language. So till the time you do not have at least B2 or C1 level proficiency in a particular language, do not go to that country. Just because not a lot of people are going to Malta, or just because not a lot of people are going to Italy, or just because not a lot of people are going to maybe Spain, there is a reason behind that. Because it is very hard to survive in those countries without language. 99% of the people don't know how to speak English in these countries, in most of these, which are being opted by a lot of students nowadays. And shameless education consultants are promoting this because they don't care about what's going to happen to you once you go there. All they care about is money. All right, let's move on to the second mistake. And I have cried about this now. I have spoken about this so many times, which is still opting for courses via herd mentality. Business analytics, I am not kidding. Every day, 2 people out of 4 that I speak to, business analytics, business analytics, business analytics, business analytics. भाई इतने business analysts की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Go and have a look at how many job postings are being made for business analysts, or let's say data analysts. Do you have the even clarity on what a business analyst do? Someone coming from a BBA background, okay, they have heard that business analytics is the cool thing to do. Let's do business analytics. Someone coming from a BA background heard business analytics is a cool thing to do. Let's do business analytics. Yes, it might be a good course for people having 2, 3, 4 years of work experience, already having an understanding of one aspect of a business. Let's take an example. If I am someone who has worked in marketing for 4 years, now I do a program in business analytics, I get equipped on how to use all the tools related to analytics. I am a very good candidate to work in market research and marketing analytics. But someone who is a fresher, absolutely right out of the college, just because they have heard business analytics is cool, it is not going to land you somewhere. Stop opting for courses via herd mentality. Please dig deeper. Look through the curriculum of the different courses and see that, okay, I am at point A, I want to be at point B. Is the curriculum giving me the skills, giving me the knowledge that will help me navigate this journey from point A to point B? And what this point B can be, this point B can be the different kind of job roles that you want to work in once you're done with your masters, or maybe in the long run. This is how you have to choose a course, not because your chacha ka, beta ka, panja ka, taya ka neighbor chose it. Don't do that. Please be mindful that the job market has changed completely. If any one of you has watched this recent podcast of Nikhil Kamath and Elon Musk, one line spoken by Elon Musk is something that I am resonating with a lot, which is that the careers, how we see them, that someone joining a company, staying there for 20 years, 15 years, as an executive, then becoming a manager, then a director, etc., etc. This is long gone now. I believe the whole world is pretty much transitioning towards gig economy. The whole world is pretty much transitioning towards where your value would be how much skill you have, not really related to how many years of experience are you bringing in, or not really, related to where do you work, what's your position. No, what's gonna matter is this is a problem, can you solve it? That problem can be an accounting problem, a finance problem, a supply chain problem, a tech problem, a data analytics problem. Yet again, it can be anything. But are you someone who can be the top 1%, or if not top 1%, the top 5% of the people who can solve that problem? And if you can pursue a master's degree today with this mindset that, okay, let me choose this field, this is going to be my stepping stone to become the top 5% in this particular sector, then yes, you're on the right track. Otherwise, it is going to be very, very difficult to survive. And the third one is the most critical one, which is not leaving the Indian mindset in India when you're leaving India, especially in terms of placements and jobs. In India, if you're going to an IIT or an IIM, it is pretty much a sure shot ticket that by the end of your fourth semester, if you're going to an IIM, let's say, or if you're going to an IIT, that by the end of your eighth semester, there will be companies at your door willing to offer you a job. Abroad, Canada, I graduated from University of Waterloo, which happens to be Canada's best of the best universities for innovation, entrepreneurship, technology, etc. It is actually known as the MIT of the North. Did a single company visit our class to recruit us? No, not a single company. I have friends who have studied at schools like Harvard, Yale. I have friends who have studied at schools like University of Toronto, University of Melbourne, Oxford University. I have students who are studying at all these places. Has a single company visited one of the campuses that, hey, we want to recruit you? No. Finding jobs is on you. And when I say finding jobs is on you, your job search starts on the day one you land in the UK. Literally the day one. I give this advice to all my students, and just very few actually follow that. Here's a screenshot of a student of mine. She's pursuing her MBA at one of the topmost universities in the UK. And people say that, UK job market is bad, बर्बाद हो गई है, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. She's in the fourth month of her MBA and she has an internship offer from one of the biggest investment banking firms in the world. The screenshot of the chat is there, for obviously for confidentiality reasons and privacy reasons. I am not sharing the offer letter or her name because I want her achievement to be private to her and only to the people that she cares about. But what she was doing is, before she even landed, she started networking. She started connecting with people, getting on coffee chats. She started applying, and I mean, she's in the fourth month of her master's degree, her MBA. She already has a job. How did that happen? It happened because she left that mindset that, hey, no company is going to visit me and I can complain as much as I want about the country, about the policy, about whatever, but I need to work. And she just put in the work. And when you put in the work, you get the result, which is right there in front of you. When you are studying abroad, finding a job is totally on you. Please, please, please remember that. If any education consultant, that big office that you're visiting in India or wherever, they are telling you, oh, this company has a marvelous placement record, go on QS ranking, and there's a tab there which says employability rating of that university. Do have a look. I mean, a lot of universities in which most of the Indian students go to, they don't have an employability rating more than 20 out of 100. So that tells a lot about why a lot of people are struggling. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that thing right now. Networking, networking. That is how you land a job. On the day one, you need to start building your LinkedIn profile. You need to start connecting with people. You need to start quitting on coffee chats. You need to start building those relationships on day one. You need to start farming those connections so that 3 months, 6 months, 8 months down the line, when there would be a job opening, when there would be a job posting, you can seek their help, you can seek their assistance and apply for that job role. And that is how things actually move for you. All and all, to summarize this whole video, number one, do not go to a country where you don't know the language for just because you think that you are being unique, that I am the next, smartest person in the world going to Italy to do my masters when I don't know how to speak a sentence in Italian. No, you are not the smartest, you're the dumbest person in this whole picture right now. Number two, do not opt for courses just because everyone else is opting for it, just because they are popular. Please design your own career. If you need help for that, let's meet. I always say that, book a consultation, let's meet, let's have a discussion. Where do you want to reach and what master's degree can help you reach there and what can help you at your stage in the career. Right? If you're a fresher, is there any sense in pursuing a program in leadership? No. If you're a fresher and you don't carry any skills, your focus should be, let me pursue a master's degree that can get me the skills to get an entry-level job. That is the approach that you should be following. And the third mistake is, leave your Indian mindset when you leave India. You have to know that the job market is totally different. You will have to look for jobs on your own, and how you look for jobs is also very, very different from what has been happening so far. And for this, obviously, it is the job of us, the counselors. Unfortunately, there are very few that do this, who are actually able to counsel the students and guide them on how exactly the things work, which is sad, which is unfortunate. I consider myself lucky that yes, I am able to do that to some extent, that my students are able to get good success. Obviously, out of 100, 50% get good success. For a few it takes time, for a few they never get it, right? It always happens. I consider myself lucky that yes, going through this whole experience of studying abroad myself, I am able to help students. But anyway, not going to market myself here at this point of time. Please talk to a counselor who you think has that wisdom or has that experience. Do not talk to a counselor who hasn't stepped their foot out of Ludhiana. They cannot tell you how to find jobs in London. That's the reality, unfortunately. So, all in all, thank you so much for watching the video. There's a link in the comment box to book a consultation. If you want to book a consultation, go ahead. Let's speak one-to-one, but avoid these 3 deadly mistakes at any cost. Bye-bye. Have a lovely rest of the day.